I'm Jason.
I'm Todd.
This is our little child Ziggy. Say hello, Ziggy.
Hi, Ziggy.
And we're the Glamping Guys. I'm so excited to be bringing you guys along for a tour of our home on wheels, woohoo! Whose name is actually Severus. And for some of you who have been following us, you already know that. So I think we should go ahead and get started. So follow me. Okay, so I'm gonna start with these cute little chairs and pillows. We got these at Walmart. The chairs were on sale for 12 bucks a piece. And these cute little pillows were on sale for $5 a piece. And right back here is our road trip grill. I did a review on that grill a long time ago, but we got this really cool cover for it to be able to keep it outside and away from the rain. Now right over here, I purchased some Stair-Step Covers, and it's great for wiping off your feet and getting all the dirt and leaves and all that stuff before you get inside the RV. And I also got this mat on Amazon. It's a weather-resistant outdoor rubber mat. Another cool feature that I like is it has a outdoor outlet. It comes with a hose, and you have a input right here so you can rinse off your feet if you happen to be at the beach, for example, or you just want to take a cold shower outside. Right here is the cargo area. Right up here is a light. It also has cable wired to be able to bring your TV from the inside to outside. It's got a plug right there, and this is pass-through storage. But you can see we've got a really big garage. I have everything in bins. You can kind of see that I labeled at the outside of the bin so I can remember what I put in each bin. Here's some extra folding chairs that we have. The cool thing about this RV is it has slam lock doors, so you can just pull it down and it just slams shut and works great. Kind of freaked me out at first because they slam pretty hard, but they're designed to do that. Right here's the propane tank. Okay, we're gonna come around to this side. It's got a great little switch for outdoor lighting, hooked up for solar. That's the battery vent. And the neat thing about this too is it came with 2 battery holders. Right now there's just one, but if I ever want to get like a second battery, I can put it right in there. And this is where I keep all my tools. Right there's my toolbox, bug spray, some extra supplies and things like that out here. And then right here is where I keep the 50 amp shore power cable and also my battery charger. All right, let's go around to this side. So right behind this door, here's the other propane tank right here. Here's the auto level feature. Over on this side, I kind of have my skinnier stuff. Like this is my telescoping ladder, folding table. We have a tent, beach umbrella, there's our mop. And then I installed these hooks. So I have like my rakes and my cleaning brushes off the floor, and I'm able to utilize some of this valuable wall space right through here. And then right here is where I keep my RV washing supplies. This is where I keep the fresh water hose, and then right down here is where I keep the sewer hose and all that stuff, and I've got gloves and things like that in here. Here is the convenience center. It has a built-in water filtration system. Cool, it's got hot and cold water, and this is the hose that I was telling you about that comes with the RV. And the cool thing with this hose, you're just using it for outside stuff, So I can also basically use this hose to connect here, and then just run this hose into the black tank flush and flush out the black tank without having to use a longer, thicker hose for that. And then right up here is the satellite area. We finally have internet, and this is our internet connection right here. And then right here is the hot water heater. You can hear it actually firing up right now, heating up the water. Right down here is the furnace. We have a 50 amp shore power cord. And then right down here is the sewer hose. We'll come around over on this side now. And then another thing I did was I installed a bike bumper rack. So we just have our bikes there. This is the extension cord that we pull out when we're charging up the Volt. And then we'll just come around over to this side. Right here's the utility box. Another thing that you definitely want to get is a surge protector. And you can see the power indicator showing that everything's fine. But if something was wrong, this would protect you from any power surges going into your RV. And then I'll just kind of back away so you can see we have these two beautiful awnings that extend and cover the majority of our front patio area. But here's kind of like a little better angle where you can see the awnings. But this is our baby. Okay, so I think it's time to go inside and give you guys a tour of what we have done. I know I'm excited to show you. I hope you guys are. Let's get to it. Welcome to our home, guys. So today is actually our 2-week anniversary. We moved into this wonderful RV resort 2 weeks ago. We've been just so busy with downsizing, organizing, and we're finally done, and we can actually do a video to share with all of you. So let's get to it. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is this wonderful fireplace. Check it out. Isn't this gorgeous? We like to leave this on at nighttime while we're watching TV for some beautiful kind of ambient lighting. It's got these great LED light strips on each side that change colors. The fireplace actually produces heat, but you can also turn it off because, you know, we're in sunny, warm Florida. It hasn't really been that cold, so I'm looking forward to trying it out, you know, in the cooler months. The other great thing is that the TV retracts underneath behind the fireplace, and it's a really cool feature. I'll just do a little bit. There's a little button. Check that out. And another cool thing that happened is that we now finally have Wi-Fi. We were about a week without Wi-Fi. The cable guy was really nice, and he came back out later that evening and did a little bit of extra work for me. And he helped me install my 4K smart TV. Now I'm sure you hear that weird creaking noise, and I don't know, it almost kind of sounds like a mattress going up and down or something, but it's a little breezy today, and our RV has slide toppers, and I've seen a lot of videos where people either like them or they don't like them. I personally like them because it keeps all the rain and debris off the top of the slide outs. Oh, and now you can hear a truck going by. Why is it every time we record, all of a sudden it turns into like New York City traffic? But anyway, joking aside, that little noise you're going to hear in the background, that's the wind kind of flapping the slide toppers. And a lot of people say that's why they don't like them. I personally don't care whether it makes that noise or not. I think it kind of sounds funny, and we kind of joke about it throughout the day. So anyway, I have a 4K TV now. So I'm going to go ahead and retract this and close it up. And then right here, the cable guy drilled a hole right up under here for me so I could bring all of my cables down to the TV, because I am a big video gamer. I love my video games. So I have my PS4, whoops, and I just turned it on, my Xbox One, and this is our modem. And to keep everything kind of contained, I have these little storage units here that I braced between them so they don't like flop down or tilt over when we're towing. But then all the wires basically just go down into the TV. And then the next cabinet we have, this is the built-in Jensen radio. It is also Bluetooth capable, and I've used this quite a few times. I'll sync it to the music on my iPhone. The RV itself has speakers throughout the entire ceiling, and it also has stereo speakers on the outside. So it's kind of a cool little party RV too. I'll be in here sometimes and just crank up the music and have a little dance party in here while I'm doing some cleaning, some organizing, or whatever. So the next cabinet is, this is kind of right now our overflow storage cabinet. The great thing is we have found all these great things, and I'm going to show you, that have helped to maximize the storage in each cabinet. So we actually have more room to get more stuff if we choose to. So that's a really cool problem to have. But right here I keep my games, some bubble wraps, some slip grips for the cabinet so things don't slide around. I've got like a little shelf insert in here to give myself like now 2 shelves. We've got like our tape and stuff back there. But this is just kind of like our overflow cabinet where we're just putting stuff we're not sure where we're gonna like move it to yet. So now we're coming into the kitchen area, and I'm gonna show you some great little features that we've added to make our organization of the cabinets way, way, way better. One of the first things we decided on is to avoid any accidents while we're towing in the future. We have chosen to try to get rid of the majority of our glassware. So as we're moving around, we just don't want something to accidentally shatter or break. So we have chosen to go to acrylic glassware. And it's such a wonderful thing to have because the acrylic these days, it's glazed, it's shiny, it looks like glass, and it looks like ceramic. So for example, we got these great acrylic drinking glasses and cocktail glasses, and they don't break. I also got at a store, and they are adorable, I got these Flamingo plastic glasses, and they're adorable. We like to have our cocktails, like right now. Cheers. Todd made some amazing homemade sangria. Maybe I can get Todd to do a cocktail hour. You never know. But anyway, it's really good sangria. So, one of the best inventions, and I know a lot of you RVers out there are already probably aware of this, but to free up a lot of space, we have found a new inspiration, and it is called collapsible dishware or collapsible storage containers. So I'm going to show you a few of those. So check it out. Collapsible storage plastic containers. And the great thing is that they just stack on top of each other. They're made out of silicone, so they don't like slide around. And the great thing is that they're microwave safe. They have like little lock lids. They have a little air vent for if you're heating up food. And then check it out. It uncollapses into a storage container. And then when you wash it and you put it back, you just smush it down, and it basically becomes really, really flat. And you can just stack it on top of each other, and it doesn't slide around, it stays. Because of the silicone rubber, it grips. So that freed up this entire shelf that we used to just have just old school plastic storage containers in. And then I got this little portable shelf. So now I can put things on top. I've got stuff free over on this side. And then the other great invention that I came across was also collapsible bowls. And these are nesting collapsible bowls, like those little cute little, I'm sorry, that squeaking keeps cracking me up. Anyway, my mind kind of goes to the gutter a lot, and it sounds like an old hotel, like squeaky mattress, you know what I'm talking about? So that's why I keep laughing. But these are nesting bowls, like those cute little Russian nesting dolls, where you have the big doll, then you open up, there's a smaller one, smaller one, smaller one, smaller one. It's kind of like this. So the other bowls fit inside, and then again, and I love this, you can get out some aggression. Oops. Well, I was gonna try to use my fist, but see, it opens up into a bowl. And then you just push it down, and you literally have 3 large-sized bowls, which is what? About 1.5 inches flat when it's collapsible. Best solution to storage out there. But when I found out about this, I had a shopping frenzy on Amazon and just tried to get as many collapsible items that I could find. So this is kind of our glassware cabinet. Right up here is where we keep pretty much the paper goods, paper plates, napkins, plastic forks, all of that. Now I'm going to come down to here. This is where we keep our pots and pans. Now we also had old school pots and pans, and every pot had a separate glass lid. It was taking up so much space. I'm going to show you the drawer in just a few minutes, but we had that drawer dedicated just to the glass lids because we had nowhere else to put them. So it literally was using up pretty much the entire cabinet and a drawer. I found nesting pots and pans. They're amazing. So we got rid of all of our old pots and pans. And now, this is it. Right here are all of our pots and pans. They all nest inside one another. A little bungee strap to keep them contained. The lids are inside. And then the cool thing is that it comes with a handle for your frying pans. So you just latch on the handle when you're cooking, take off the handle to conserve space. We keep the handle right here in the drawer, and then just put it back. And then down here is where we keep the cutting board. We do have some nice ceramic casserole dishes and ovenware, so we have all that down on the bottom. For a lot of you, and I've kind of researched, you want to put your heavier items on the bottom shelves. So here is our silverware drawer right here. This is our utensil drawer right here. Measuring cups, spoons. Oh, these are great too. These are nesting measuring spoons, and they're magnets. So you literally have all of your measuring spoons that nest inside one another, and they are held by magnets. And the same thing with the measuring cups. Now these are heavier, so the magnets won't hold them, but there's little magnets in the handles. And then right down here is our junk drawer. So this is where I keep Ziggy's leash and his little poop bags, pot holders, and you can see we still have quite a bit of room to put more things down in there. Let's see here. So the cool thing for all of you Sex and the City fans, and I actually made this reference in our Wally the Winnebago video for tips and tricks you can do for packing and organizing, is we put all of our baking pans and bakeware in the oven. Because you're never really using the oven that much, we prefer to grill outside as much as we can. So that's where we store all of the metal bakeware. So right here down under the sink is where we keep the dish pan, the drainer, sponges, cleaning supplies. Now one cool thing I wanted to mention, since we're under the sink now, about Grand Design, is that Grand Design has a little decorative board to hide the plumbing under the sink. Well, I wanted more room, so I removed that piece of decorative board, which now exposed the plumbing. We found no problems with this fifth wheel during pre-delivery inspection, but as soon as I moved that particle board, that decorative boarding, there was a little bit of a leak in the hot water line. So I had a plumber come out and fix it. I called Grand Design's warranty department, sent them a copy of the plumbing invoice. They sent us a check for the plumbing. They stand behind their fifth wheels. They are the best company out there with the best customer service, bar none. I talked about it before in our other RV tour video of the Grand Design when we were still at the dealership. But if you guys really are considering a fifth wheel, the Grand Design, their customer service is top notch. Amazing, amazing. So we got $200 back for plumbing repairs that had to be done. But besides that little bit of a hot water leak in the hose, we've had no problems, none at all. That squeaking is just, it's cracking me up. So the other thing I wanted to show you, another collapsible item, is we had an old school dish pan for the sink. I got a collapsible dish pan. So the old plastic one filled up about that much space. This one just opens up into a full-size dish pan, which was it's even bigger than the other dish pan we had. Again, another great invention, and it has created so much more room under the kitchen sink. We could even put more stuff under there. We've got room for more items. And then you just kind of push it down to collapse it, and I put it right on top of the dish drain right here. Of course, we have the double sink, the kitchen island, the spray nozzle, but it works really, really good. Now we'll come over here. This is where the trash cans are located. They're double trash cans. The one thing I really wish that they would have designed a little differently is that the trash cans don't go down all the way to the floor. So we're having a hard time trying to find a larger trash can that will fit within each of these slots. So the trash bag only can fill about halfway, and then we have to take it out if we want to even fill it with more trash. So they could have, I think, maximized the space just a little bit more in the trash area, because if you look right here, there's probably at least another 8 inches of room underneath where they could have made a special sized but longer trash can to hold more trash. But we're having a really hard time trying to find this size of a trash can. We've been to different stores, we've been on Amazon, and we just can't find something in this size but longer. So basically still the same size up top, but just longer on the bottom to hold more trash. But it's not a deal breaker, obviously, but you know, it's just something that I think that could be improved on in future models. Now here is our dishes, and again we have our larger mixing bowls here. We do have one set of glassware, glass plates and glass serving dishes right here, and you can see I have them lined with bubble wrap so they don't rub against each other, and they're cushioned for when we're towing. They won't break and slide around. We have also lined all of the cabinets with a slip grip liner, so it keeps things from moving around as well. Now another great thing is these are all acrylic. We used to have these huge, heavy pasta dishes, salad bowls, just different various sizes of bowls, and they were so heavy, and we got rid of them all. And look how beautiful that is. I mean, look at that. It looks like ceramic. So we got 4 pasta bowls. We got a larger serving bowl for salad, chips, or whatever. But I mean, look how shiny and pretty it is. It looks like glass. And then look at this one. Oops, I forgot to take the tag off, but look at that. I mean, it looks like glass, but it's plastic. So no issues with the towing when you're driving. Okay, so now look at this. We have a full-size residential fridge. Now it isn't as deep as a house residential fridge, but it's huge for an RV. And we have been enjoying this fridge so much, and I'm gonna open it up and show you. Look at that. Look at that. We've got room for beer. Here's our sangria. You know, we have got even room to spare. We haven't even like packed this fridge all the way up yet. And then I didn't even have this at our old house, but this is something I have fallen in love with. It has a separate freezer. Right here, separate freezer. It's got a top, bottom compartment, it's got a top compartment, and we have an ice maker. We have ice anytime we want. Great, great feature. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the pantry. Great thing about this pantry, it's bigger than the pantry we had in our sticks and bricks. Another cool feature, it has built-in pantry lighting. So up here we're keeping trash bags, paper towels. We bought at the dollar store these little plastic trays, and we basically are putting all of our food in those trays to keep them contained. So as you're bumping around, you know, if this falls over, it's still in the tray. If that falls over, it's still in the tray. So we tried to also, with the glass bottles, we tried to put a plastic bottle next to a glass bottle. So if they are bouncing and clicking against each other, you don't have two pieces of glass, you have a piece of glass and a plastic. So anyway, that's just kind of how my brain works. But everything's contained. We had a few little gaps. So I got these little skinny, I don't even know what they're called, but most people use them for putting like pens. You can also use them for like serving utensils, knives, things like that. But look at this, you pull that out, here's all of our cooking spray right here. So, and it's great because it fills in those little cracks. And then right here's another one right here where you just pull it out to access. So then right down here is where we are keeping the canned goods. We bought, you might not be able to see it in this light, but we bought tiny little shelves. So you can see these cabinets are very tall, so we wanted to maximize space, so we bought little shelves. So now we can put stuff under and on top to maximize that longer cabinet. And we did it down on the bottom. Another cool thing here is our spice drawer. Now, because we can't see the front of the bottles anymore of the spices, we went in and got little labels, like you can see here, and we just went in and hand wrote the name of each spice on the label. So look, rosemary, chili, and then you know where the hole is? That's where you put it back. So this we thought was a great idea to put our spices, and then down here is just kind of like tea, other canned items. Right here is our saran wrap, aluminum foil. We have bag clips right here. And then the very last drawer, this is kind of the baking drawer. We also bought at the dollar store these cool little containers. And so instead of using like Ziploc bags and things, like for example, we have our rice here. Now, right down here is a great little invention where we just have a little step stool. So this step stool just folds, and so if I need to get a paper towel, I just basically get a paper towel. If I need to get up into the higher cabinets, the step stool is just a nice little thing to have. I think it was like $8 on Amazon. You might not be able to see it from, because it's kind of dark in there, but I have the command hook right here, so I can just reach the dustpan and then just hang it right back up there. And then we also have, which I got on Amazon, it is a telescoping broom. So you can actually adjust it and telescope it to make it smaller or larger, and it came with a clip-on dustpan. So this is great to fit in the tiny little broom closet that's in the pantry. And we still have a lot more room in there too. So I don't know, but anything that's kind of stuff that you might not access a lot, you can kind of put down in there if you choose to. Now right down here is the drawer where we kept all of the lids. But once we got rid of all the lids, the drawer's completely empty. So the larger cutout for the island over the sink, we put right there, and it fits perfectly. And this is Ziggy's drawer. This is all of his wet food, his toys, extra treats, and things like that. So Ziggy has his own little drawer right here. And then we put right on top the cabinet cutout. Because we're finding that even though it makes the kitchen island very attractive, you know, when you're living in it, you know, you use the sink a lot. You know, wash your hands, do dishes. So we're finding, you know, the first couple of days we were taking them off, putting them on, taking them off, putting them on. And we finally decided we're just leaving them off because we need to access the sink, and it was becoming a pain. So we will probably just keep them off all the time. I was even told that you don't really even want to have them on the top of the sinks when you're towing, because if you hit a pothole or a bump, this could literally bounce off the top of the sink. It could fall on the floor, it could crack, it could chip. So you want to keep these off the top of your sinks even when you're towing. And that made sense to me. The great thing about this kitchen island is that it has a dishwasher prep. This did not have a dishwasher, and we did not want one, but look at all this amazing storage. So again, we keep the heavier things more lower. So we have an electric frying pan, we have our crock pot, we have heavier like serving trays, dip trays, and then another collapsible item that I found. We had a large size plastic strainer colander, and it literally took up the whole front shelf. I found a collapsible colander. So you just push it out, and it's a colander. Isn't that friggin' amazing? And then just punch it in, and now you have all that extra room. So you can see here, this whole top shelf, for the most part as I'm concerned, we have so much more things we could put in here. It's amazing to have, as I said before, the problem of having more storage because we were really concerned that we would not have enough storage, and now we're finding with all of these little great collapsible gadgets and how much space it's giving us that we can actually move things around and bring things in a little bit closer. This should be in the kitchen area and things like that. Okay, so now we're going to come over to the office area. And this is where I do all of my editing magic for the YouTube videos. Here's our computer, here's our beautiful desk. Here is the office drawers, pretty much pens, paper, Post-its, scissors, things like that. This is where I keep flashlight batteries. Another thing that I got, if you want to come over here a little closer, I got these great little compartmental trays, and 2 of them I was able to get in there really good and tight. So I have little like containers for different things. Now I'm going to show you the above cabinetry and a cool little thing that Todd did. He's going to talk, you know, a little more in depth about the decorating, but one cool thing that he did was behind all of the frosted glass, he took pieces of fabric and he duct taped them to the inside of the doors. But he'll talk more about that. But look at all of this storage. So right up here is kind of like, I love my chips. That's where I keep like my potato chips. Todd keeps his smoothie stuff right here. You can see we got these larger shelves at Target, and they fit perfectly. We did measure the cabinets first to make sure we could kind of fit them in. But everything, look at that. Everything is so tight and tucked in there. It is not going to be bouncing around or moving anywhere. And the great thing, because the cabinets are so huge, and you know, again, this is just a little thing maybe GD could change in the future. It would have been great if they had already included like an extra shelf insert where you could maybe move that shelf up and down and adjust the height of it. but none of these shelves have it. They're tall, but they had no shelves. So we bought this little shelving unit, put it in ourselves. So now here is some larger Tupperware containers that we'll use to take to like parties and get-togethers, and we'll just use those because a lot of the times we usually Uber to the parties, we're usually drinking, and we will forget our dishes. So it's kind of like when you loan your friend like a CD or DVD, you'll probably never see it again. So then, right here, we use some dollar store plastic containers. And then to fill in all the little gaps, I got little different just sizes of storage containers to fill in the gaps. So right here is where we keep like some leftover grocery bags. And then right here is a little storage container that's not even full with stuff right now. It's completely empty, so we could put stuff there. This is where we kind of keep like leftover lids and things like that. Todd keeps his smoothie stuffed up in this little canvas bag. We keep some other things here. We lined it, you can see, with slip grip, but we bought 2 of these and they perfectly go all the way down. And it stops here, and it's great because now in this basket, I'm putting our blender, the smoothie maker, so things that are taller, where we need the taller space. So you can see again, like here's a couple of plastic pitchers, but it all just fits up there nice and snug. So we had a lot of fun doing this. It was almost like kind of putting together like a very complicated puzzle. So, you know, we would put things in one place, then put something somewhere, then we'd realize, wait a minute, that would go better here, this would go better here. So, you know, probably 2 or 3 days, we were still kind of shifting and moving things around, but I think we're probably at about maybe 90% where we're gonna keep everything now. Right here is Ziggy's bathroom. So I keep a paper towel here, and there's his drinking water, and I'll put his food here. I only feed Ziggy wet food. I don't give him dry food. He only gets the best. So right now I bought a rotisserie chicken, and I pretty much pulled apart that entire rotisserie chicken. So he's been eating really good. He's been having just chicken the past couple of days. But this is Ziggy's bathroom. So it's the only logical place right now we can put it, but I really wanted to make it like pee and poop proof. So I have a rubber mat where I put some little folded piece of paper under it to kind of bring up the edges. Then I have a pee pad on top of that here to absorb any moisture. Then I layered it with newspaper because Ziggy is paper trained. So he prefers to go on newspaper, and it's great because when he goes, I just take off the top couple of layers, scrunch it up, and throw it in the outdoor trash. And it's really easy. But Ziggy has acclimated so well to this lifestyle. He's only peed just a few times on the paper. He, for the most part, just holds it now until we go outside. So I'm hoping maybe in another couple of weeks, I completely get rid of this. And then only when we're gonna be gone more than a few hours, I can just get a little pee pad, pull out the rubber mat, and just lay it here for him to go on. But I'm sure you're wondering also what this is. We got some heavy duty vinyl shelf liner, and we double side taped it to the 2 back walls because, you know, us guys, you know, we sometimes can aim a little bit off when we go pee. So I put this as added protection because in case he, you know, accidentally went on the wall, this will actually be able to just deflect that and not get it on the actual wall of the RV. The other great thing is our little dining room area. The seats actually have storage up underneath. So right here, you can see is the storage, and this is where I keep my little vacuum accessories and also the straps to tie down the chairs when we're towing. And then here's Ziggy with his little toys. That's his little bed. Hey Ziggy, how are you? You having fun? You're just enjoying the RV life, aren't you? Yes, you are. So the other cool thing, I keep it right behind the recliners. I have a portable shark vacuum cleaner. And it has all kinds of different adjustments, and it's really all you need. It's great for cleaning out the window sills, getting into corners, cleaning up under the slide outs, things like that. But I could not be happier with this purchase. I got this at Home Depot for about $60. And then here's our wonderful recliners with built-in TV trays. They have heat, massage, and they are entirely electric. Now up here is more storage. You can see we've got plenty of room left. This is our Wi-Fi printer, which I don't think... Uh-oh. You okay? This is Hairball. This is where I keep our Wi-Fi printer, but we do everything paperless. We do all of our bills paperless. So I have a feeling that I'm going to end up giving that away to somebody, but you can see we have all that storage, and if I get rid of that printer, we're literally going to have pretty much 2 empty cabinets right here. And then this is a great little thing that I had in Wally, but this is kind of like our little small item junk drawer. So right here is where we keep our command hooks, extra batteries, knickknacks, all that kind of stuff, sewing supplies, because once in a while if you lose a button on your shirt, you know, you want to be able to sew it back on. And then this is where we keep our games. I've got some extra little plastic storage containers that I haven't used yet. So that's just kind of going there right now. And right here is where we keep our coolers, so we can have easy access to them. Because I was thinking about putting those into the cargo hold outside, but these are smaller kind of picnic coolers, so we would actually want these inside to fill up with some ice, put our food in, our beverages, so it just makes more sense to keep them inside. But they're just kind of over in that corner, up and out of the way. And then over here is more storage. This is where I keep all of my video stuff, extra batteries, tripod, things like that. Down here is a plastic container. This is where we keep our real glass margarita glasses, and I have them wrapped in bubble wrap, and so we have these nice and sturdy, where they're not going to slide around and break, and where we can pull out the nicer glassware. This is extra pee pads for Ziggy, and then this is a great invention. I got this on Amazon, and this is a wine glass storage container. I'm not going to open it up, but this is where we keep all of our wine glasses. It holds 12 long stem wine glasses. It zips open. You open it up. It has separate compartments that keep the glasses separate from one another, so they're not bouncing around, clinging, clanking, and obviously breaking. So we're kind of keeping the nicer glassware right up here, out of the way. And then I put the pee pads next to it because they're very squishy and soft. But they actually kind of remind me of like diapers. And then I just have that up there to give that a little bit more cushion as we're towing. Right here is the liquor cabinet. But look, we have not even utilized that top cabinet yet. We could put, like, I don't know, stuff up there. And then this is all of our alcohol, and we just used some old Amazon cardboard boxes. We just alternated the glass and plastic. So this is glass, then plastic, glass, plastic. So when you're towing, plastic hits glass, nothing breaks. So this is where we keep all of our wine and our liquor for right now, but down the road we might come across some sort of like a more better organization kind of holder, like with the wine glasses. So we might utilize this whole area as the liquor cabinet, but we're just, you know, not sure yet what we're gonna do, but it's great to have the extra space. So then right here is where we're keeping all of our memories. This is all of our photo albums. You know, we pretty much do everything digital these days. So these are really, really old photos and old photo albums of, you know, a family, great-grandparents, grandparents, you know, childhood photos. I have a lot of like old elementary school things, like poems and stuff like that that we have up in here. These are 2 USB ports, and we actually have these beautiful little glow candles that are LED, and they change different colors, and you basically just charge them. So we'll just hook those cords up to these to charge them up, and then they can usually run, I think, about like 6 to 8 hours on a full charge, and then you can cycle through like different ones. But we like the lower color changing. We find it very, very nice and very soothing. So that's that. And then right here's the inverter. We're actually on the Grand Design Facebook private group, and a lot of people, excuse me, have talked about like, how do I control the inverter? How do I turn it on? How do I turn it off? Well, right there's the switch. You just push it to turn it on, which is green, turn it off, and it'll be, I think it just turns to red. And then right here is a one control touch. It's a little touch screen where you can control from the inside your leveling of the jacks. You can raise and lower each jack independently through this system. And I find it kind of comical because even in the manual, it says if you're leveling or doing anything with the jacks, you don't want to be inside. So it does have the auto level system outside, but it's very basic. You can auto level, you can adjust to the hitch height, and then retract all. But you can't control each jack independently from the outside, but you can from the inside. But that doesn't make sense because you're not supposed to be inside while you're using the jacks. Oh well. I don't see us ever needing to use this unless we have an issue with a jack not wanting to raise or lower, because this is the only area where you can do each jack independently. Outside, it does them all at once. So right here we got some really nice command hooks, and this is where we put our keys, so we don't forget them. We just hang our keys right there. I wanted to get like a little holder right here, but Todd felt that that was a little bit too much, and I would still like it, but you know, when you're in a marriage, it's give and take, right? And right here's the control center. This controls your awnings, your slides, your hot water heater, your water pump. It also has tank heaters. I don't foresee us ever using tank heaters because we're always going to be those type of people where we're going to follow the weather. Maybe when we get older, we might decide to take a road trip to Alaska and live up there for a winter. I think that would be kind of fun, but right now, I'm not going to want to deal with cold and snow. And then up here are all the lights. Okay, so here's the hallway. Todd's going to talk a little bit about the decor a little bit later. Here is the shower. It's got a skylight. Isn't this beautiful? Huge, a lot of room. It's definitely smaller than your normal bathroom. Oh, that noise. I got this little automatic Glade air freshener dispenser, and every 36 minutes it just shoots a little poof of air freshener. I love it. And it keeps everything smelling really nice. We're actually using Hawaiian Breeze right now. But it makes this weird noise, and the first couple of days we were like, what is that noise? We thought it was maybe something wrong with the RV, but we figured out it's the Glade dispenser because it works on a battery. So it just makes this weird noise when it shoots out a little puff of air freshener. But here's the shower. One thing I did, RV shower heads, in my opinion, suck. So I got a really nice expensive water pick shower head and just screwed off the old one and screwed this one on, and it's got all these great adjustments, and we have amazing water pressure. And I think I mentioned earlier, we have a 12-gallon tank, and I can get about 10 minutes of a wonderful hot shower before the water even goes to warm. The very first day I tested it out, and I think I actually, before the water turned cold, I got maybe, I think I got about almost 15 minutes. I think it was like 13 or 14 minutes of a full hot water, then into warm, and then cold. So for most people who take like a 5 to 10 minute shower, you shouldn't have any issues at all with the hot water heater. It's got a beautiful glass sliding door. You have your lock here to keep it locked when you're moving. There's a lock here on the pull-out door as well. What are these called actually? There's a name for these.
Pocket doors.
Pocket doors, thank you. But where you can latch it when you're towing. I'm ordered a toilet seat. I'm gonna get a non-slam, nicer toilet seat, but it's a full-size porcelain toilet. So another cool little thing that we got, because we don't want to like put holes in the walls, we did not want to put an actual toilet paper dispenser onto the wall. But what we chose to do was buy this cool feature. But it holds extra toilet paper, and right here is your toilet paper, and it's great because you can move it around, you know, to whatever your comfort reach level would be, without going into detail. And working with smaller spaces, you need smaller items. So I found this really pretty skinny trash can for the bathroom. And then here is the linen closet. And right now I don't have it organized yet because I ordered these double shelf pull outs. So I can't wait to get them. The width on these is about 11.5 inches. The width of the pull-out shelves is 11 inches, and basically they slide out. The cabinets themselves are 2 feet deep, and these slide-out shelves that I bought are 20 inches deep. So I'm actually still gonna have 4 inches of extra room, but I plan on just rolling up the towels and putting them in each shelf so we can just pull things out, because it's hard to reach way to the back. So, and then the bottom shelf is where we keep the extra toilet paper. And this shelf right now, there's nothing in it. So we actually have room for, I don't know, more towels if we want to buy new towels. Speaking of towels, here is the towel rack. And it's great, it came already with hooks. We bought 2 more command hooks and put them right in the middle so we could hang the bath mat and also the washcloth to keep everything aired out. Another tip, when you're taking a shower, you always want to make sure and open up your vent fan, because moisture is an RV's worst enemy. So whether you're cooking and creating steam in the kitchen or creating steam in the bathroom, always open up your air vent so the moisture can escape, because if it condenses on the walls, it's going to get inside the walls and that can create issues. Now over here, we also have this little acrylic tray that we bought that we put the soap in, so the soap's not getting all over the cabinet, the countertop, excuse me. And speaking of the countertop, look at this, it's almost like mother of pearl, but it kind of glistens. Maybe if I open this up, you can see it a little bit more, but if you kind of just bring the camera across, it kind of like glistens and changes colors, but it's really pretty. And we have a really nice like sink fixture. Here's the medicine cabinet. We actually have an empty shelf in the medicine cabinet. And then up underneath, this is where we keep our electric toothbrushes, Todd's beard trimmer, and then same thing. I bought smaller storage containers from the dollar store. So here's like the trash bags for the bathroom, extra deodorant, dental floss. This is where we keep our extra toothpaste. Down here are the extra refills for the Glade dispenser. And then over on this side, this is our first aid kit. But then you can see, if Todd can get the camera around over here, I also bought another shelf. So now this is a 2-shelf area. Before, you know, it's really high, I needed to utilize the space. So I bought a shelf, put it in there, so now I can put stuff on top and underneath. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the bedroom. Here is the bedroom. Isn't this amazing? This bedroom has a Schwintek slide system. The other 2 are hydraulic, but from what I have researched with Schwintek systems, they can extend out a little bit further than your typical slide. So we have about an extra foot of space. Usually when you go into the bedrooms, you've got maybe that much space before you hit the bed. This is a king-size bed, guys. I can walk on each side of the bed. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but you can do it. What I'll do is just kind of start with my closet. I'm going back in the closet, guys. But this closet is prepped for a washer and dryer. I'm taking the smaller closet. Todd is a musician and performer, so he has a lot more nicer clothes, suits, jackets, things like that. I'm more of a shorts and t-shirt kind of guy. So a great invention too is if you want a lot more space in your closet, get rid of those plastic and metal hangers and get felt hangers. They're skinnier. I literally swapped out all of my hangers to these. I actually have room to get some more shirts if I want to. Before I swapped out the hangers, I couldn't get all my shirts in here. But these skinny felt hangers are amazing, and I love them too because your clothes don't slide off of them. They grip your clothes. So over on this side of my closet, I have some command hooks, and that's where I hang my belts. Right up there on those command hooks. And then right here on this shelf, I have my pants. And then right down here, I have just, you know, these little canvas storage containers. And then you can see I also bought a larger shelf and put right here. So now I can put things underneath and on top to maximize my space. And then behind all that is my suitcase. So it fits all the way up behind the closet, way in the back. Amazing. And then I have another command hook right here. And this is where I keep my rainbow umbrella. And I love the GD design as well. They have lights in the closets. So that's my closet. Since Todd is getting the larger closet, he was nice enough to let me have the majority of the dresser drawers as well. So, you know, they're a little bit smaller than your typical dresser. You know, socks, underwear, shirt, shorts, blah, blah, blah. We also have a TV here that came with the RV. Look at the size of Todd's closet. It's huge. And he keeps his keyboard right back there and just brings it out and he puts it on the kitchen island and hooks it up to the computer when he needs to record and do music and make music for the videos, because a lot of you guys who have followed us, I always like to give my husband a shout out. You know, a lot of the music that's in our videos, the background music, the intro, the outro, Todd did all that. So it's all original. It's not this like YouTube, like free download music that you can get off of YouTube for your videos. This is original, good quality music that we're making for you guys. So, cool feature in the Grand Design closet, it has built-in recessed shelving. So Todd has his books on the bottom shelf. He has pretty much all these shelves. You can see it's got books, shirts, clothes, whatever. And Todd was nice enough, these 3 shelves over in the back corner, he's letting me have those. That's where I'm keeping like my old like sweaters and things that I don't use a lot of. I keep them just kind of tucked away back in there. And then right here is our clothes hamper, and we have a pop-up hamper. So you can see it just folds in and then pops out, and this is what we use for our hamper. And we put that right over there in that corner. And Todd and I, we kind of have a good relationship where I do the laundry and then he folds. So it works out perfect because I love doing laundry, but I don't like folding. Another great little thing that I love that I found on Amazon is I got a iPhone holder and remote control holder, and they work with you know, the tape strips behind them, and they are right here. But right there is where I keep my remotes because I like to go to sleep with the TV on, and I can just reach them, turn off the TV, and put them away. And then right underneath is my iPhone holder, and it also tapes to the wall. So I put my phone there at night and charge it, and I use my phone also as my alarm clock. One of the great features too about the storage and how they use it in this RV, check this out. It has a built-in Ottoman. So you can actually just sit here, put on your shoes, and then it also has storage underneath. And we right now are just using this just for knick-knack stuff. And then the other really cool thing, and then I'm gonna be done. Look at this. So right now we just have some extra fabric down there, an extra dining room chair. This is the old bedding that came with the RV. It's really pretty, but it's not really that functional. So that's down there. We have some large heavy jackets shoved down in this cubby hole. We have just some knick-knack stuff here. And then right down here is where I have all of my important papers and files, you know, and stuff like that. But like I said earlier, I try to do everything digital these days. So pretty much I keep my computer backed up. Every hour I back it up, and I just keep all of my paperwork and important files and stuff on the computer. But this is some stuff that's like older, so we just kind of keep it hidden down here. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna stay in the bedroom, but with the magic of editing, Todd and I are gonna switch places, and he's gonna talk quickly about all of the decorating and the decor and give you some ideas and some tips on what you can do to glamp up and make your RV really, really glamtastic. So I'm pretty much signing off. So you guys have a glamtastic day. And until next time, stay tuned. And now we're gonna give the camera over to Todd.
Hello everybody. Welcome to our RV decor. So as you'll see over here, knickknacks. Knickknacks are very important, and we save the absolute most precious ones because we did have to do a bit of downsizing. This was our wedding cake topper, Day of the Dead style. And down here, these are two boutonnieres that we found in Pike Place Market on the day that we got married, and they're also Day of the Dead style. So I display them on this because it looks to me kind of like the skeleton of a wedding cake. Over here, just some really priceless mementos. One of Jason's first gifts to me, one of his first Christmas gifts to me. And this is the first big gift that I ever gave him, this Dragonfly Lamp, because he loves Tiffany lamps, and we have a nice place of honor for it here in our bedroom. Move over here to the bed. Now, this is actually the same comforter that we had in Wally, except we had it in white. I thought this kind of steel gray would be a little bit more durable for long-term use. As for the sheets, I've always dreamed of having Egyptian cotton sheets, so we splurged and I got some. Incidentally, you can find them on Amazon. I believe the brand is Penzon or Penzion, but they're actually manufactured by Amazon, and they're a really good deal, and they are soft and luxurious sheets. So if you're in the market for some Egyptian cotton sheets, get these. On here, the bed, throw pillows are all IKEA. I love IKEA because they're cheap and they're good. These are throw pillow covers and inserts. I love IKEA as well because they sell inserts for throw pillows, and they're only like $3, and they're also synthetic, so they're cruelty-free. Now behind me, this is a piece of artwork that I painted for Jason for Christmas one year, because he loves his first-person shooter video games. So this is the gun, and these are the aliens he's shooting at, and let me just read the title because I can never memorize it. Stranded on a remote red world, the valiant Jason saves humanity in time for cocktails.
Woohoo! Always ready for a cocktail.
Absolutely. Follow me into the hallway for more art. This is actually my first Christmas present to Jason. And this, incidentally, I used this, my model sort of for the painting was his profile pic from his online profile when we were doing internet dating back in the early 2000s. And this is the picture that I saw and said, you know what? I want to get to know that guy. And the rest, as we say, is history. Speaking of history, the day that we got married was September 10th, 2013 in Seattle. There's our marriage certificate. There's a photo of us living it up in Spain. You might also recognize this picture because it's part of our logo. And down here, that is our wedding invitation. Over here on the right, Jason found this incredibly adorable pink flamingo sign. I'm really excited to see that pink flamingos seem to be everywhere this season. And I'd like to think that maybe we have something to do with that. Either way, it's a really great sign. I think it's kind of synchronistic and kind of magical that we love pink flamingos and all of a sudden they're everywhere all over pop culture. So, speaking of flamingos, these are two of my favorite things from childhood. I've loved these like my whole life, these vintage flamingo figurines. They were my grandmother's. So I wanted to make sure that they had a place of honor in our new home. Over here, I love a good pop color. So I love, as Jason showed you before, this is a nice acrylic bowl. I could not believe it was acrylic when I saw it in Steinmart. I was like, oh my god, look at that beautiful teal ceramic bowl. I must have it in my life. And, you know, dish towels, because even the dish towels matched. I'm like, wow, my color scheme's really working out. So over this way, we had these nice cubby holes, but I didn't want to just have stuff kind of in there naked, so to speak. So I wanted to make sure that we had some boxes that were both beautiful and functional. I like these boxes because they can hold, like, for this, for instance, we have our change in here, but they also are big enough to hold computer paper. So we can put all of our printer paper in this one over here. This is also a family heirloom, this green dish. Here's my grandmother's as well. That noise, oh my god.
I know, it's still slide out toppers.
Anyway.
I know.
What was I talking about? All right, my grandmother. My grandmother's beautiful ceramic bowl here that actually was, this is the exact color of lime green that I used on the walls of Wally. I wanted to make sure that it was this exact color. So anyway, up above me, Jason mentioned this earlier, but one of the main things that I wanted to do was bring a little bit more subtle color into the space. And also, I love these frosted glass windows, but I also hate them because you can see everything behind it. So what I wanted to do was get some fabric and put it there. So that way, all you see are these nice sort of color blocking things, and you don't see the stuff inside the cabinet. Moving around over this way, some nice placemats, some nice glass bowl, some beautiful crystals inside. And coming over here for the main event, people, because I've spoken before about my very serious throw pillow addiction. Well, as you can see, I went a little crazy. I fell in love with these. There's a store called At Home, and it's like a big warehouse with like every knickknack you could absolutely ever think of. And I saw these and I thought, you know, these are really glamorous, but they also kind of have a sense of humor. And that's kind of what I wanted to go for with this. I wanted nature themed, over the top kind of glamorous, but also quirky and funny, because it kind of matches our personalities. I absolutely loved this throw pillow cushion cover, whatever you call it, because it looks like grass. This is a little Ottoman that I got at Burlington Coat Factory, and the top was kind of boring, so I just grabbed this cushion cover and just sort of threw it on there. That made this perfect little top. It looks kind of like this like blooming grassy mushroom thing. But this is where we store like blankets and clothes and stuff like that. So it's a great little storage device, and also it's just super cute. I found this at Kohl's. It was on sale. I love these owls. I found this at TJ Maxx. It's so fuzzy. The way that I see it, these are the woods, this is the beast hiding in the woods, and these are the owls protecting us from the beast hiding in the woods. And this is just fluffy faux alpaca that makes me think that someone shot a Muppet, but in a really cute way. Up here is Ziggy's portrait, which I'm sure you recognize from the end of every single one of our videos. I actually repainted the frame. Jason made a joke. He said that I defaced his artwork, but I wanted to bring our new color scheme into it. It used to be sort of like purple and orange and red, so I wanted to bring some sort of softer colors in there. As you can see here over to your right, we got more fabric behind here. This is a little rock display, some nature. And as Jason said before, we absolutely love these little lighting devices because they turn our space into like kind of like an instant disco. One thing I do have to say, an absolute lifesaver in here, and this is for beauty and for function. We found these. They are, what's the name of the product, damn it?
SureFit.
SureFit. These are SureFit pet-friendly, non-slip covers for your furniture, and they are so valuable. They're great because they've got these little, you see these little paw prints on the back? That keeps it from kind of slipping around too much on the fabric. Mr. Ziggy had a little accident earlier on this week. He had a little spittle issue, and it wiped right off. It's almost like it was water resistant or something. So these things are invaluable, and they also match it perfectly. So if by any chance you buy a Grand Design RV and it's got these color couches, get cement colored, that's the name of the color, SureFit slip covers. So that's my functional tip. Everything else that I've talked to you about is pure aesthetics. Couldn't be happier with how everything turned out here. We're so happy. Oh, one more big thing right below my feet before I forget. This is actually an outdoor rug. And you won't believe it when you feel it because it feels like it's fabric, like it's woven fabric, but it's actually made out of some sort of crazy space-age plastic. So you can actually hose this thing down, but it looks like a beautiful rug. Well, anyway, guys, that about wraps things up here. It's been an absolute joy to tour you around our new home. We could not be happier with it. So as always, have a fabulous day. Stay tuned. Oh, and somebody also wants to say bye-bye. Hang on. Ziggy. Say bye, everybody.
Say bye, Ziggy.
Say hello and bye-bye.
Bye, Ziggy. Uh-oh, hairball.
Hairball.
Hairball. Bye, Ziggy. Get it out, Ziggy. Get it out.
You can do it, buddy.
Get it out. Come on, you can do it. There you go.
Well
Good
done,
boy.
Sir. Well done. All right. Well, on that note, I'll see you guys later. Oh. Thank you for kissing me after you almost vomited.
Leave a comment to say hi. If you like us, please subscribe. And if you don't, our little fluffy dog will attack you.